All right, happy Monday, Team RealGirlFit. We are kicking off this Monday after a great national wake-up call this morning, which I hope you all get the chance to listen to if you haven't already. It talks a lot about social media and how it's changed in the past few years. So if you've been a coach for over a year to 2 years, or if you're just getting into social media, it's not going to be the same. It's constantly changing and it's constantly evolving. And what Jen Richardson talks about on the call, which by the way, if you don't follow her on social media, you should. She's a great role model, great business leader, and she's been very successful in her business. So I definitely recommend you checking her out. Her feed is really great. But what she talks about mostly is attracting customers. Sorry, my dog's like whining. She talks about attracting customers without like so much reaching out. So the direct messages that we're sending to people, they're not working the same that they used to. And I found that in my business as well, as most of my customers now are coming from the free groups that I'm running. She also talks about, and I want you to listen to the call. I don't want you to take this all from me because I got bits and pieces, but I want you to listen to the whole call. But what she talks about is really not going after people, but search for people who are like you. So make a list of 10 things that you can relate to. If you love to travel, if you love to cook, if you love, she talked about DIY projects. If you love the beach, if you love, working out a certain part of your body. She talks about sharing those, like making challenge groups from those things, making free groups, and then kind of transitioning those people into your clients / coaches. So it's not so much the individual reaching out anymore, because how many times a day or a week are we getting these messages where people are saying, hey girl, have you ever tried this like mascara? It's amazing and I love it and you should try it and I'll give you something free with it if you want. Like, I don't know about you, but I get those messages a million times a day. So I'm not even offended anymore when girls that I don't really know that I'm messaging on Facebook don't message me back. I'm just like, oh, they probably see that I'm a Beachbody coach and they just don't want to get into it. And, obviously that's not the mentality to have when you go into the conversation, but if you're messaging someone that you barely know, if you're reaching out to new people or kind of cold marketing people, which I hate saying, I hate that word, but if you're going to a cold market situation and you feel like, you feel salesy about it, that person's going to get a salesy feeling. So instead, if you show them value up front, that's when you're going to get the people who really want to work with you and who want to get to know you better. So for example, what she did is she did a free challenge group, a free 5-day DIY group where you learn different like do-it-yourself projects, different Pinterest projects for a week. That has nothing to do with fitness, but you know what? Her showing up consistently, her making an example. Sorry, my boyfriend's using a blender right now. I could kill him. But her showing up every day and being consistent, being that example for people, they're like, wow, she shows a lot of value in my life. I want to keep working with her. So that way, when you reach out to them, you're like, hey, how are you liking the group? What can I do differently? What can I change? Their opinion, the fact that matters to you, the fact that they see you showing up every single day, that is going to create this trust between the two of you. And that's going to make them want to come back and join you. So I highly suggest you take a listen to the National Wake Up Call. I listened to it this morning. I'm going to listen to it again tomorrow because it was so good and it was so much information that I need to listen to it and retake notes and reintroduce myself to what she's talking about. Because even myself, like I didn't realize so much until I went to Summit and I learned from Chalene Johnson. And until I listened to the podcast or the National Wake Up Call today, it's like I didn't realize that social media had really changed. I'm still reaching out to people, I'm still doing my 5 to 10 reach outs a day, but it's not working like it used to. And I feel like people think that I'm just going after them for a sale. And even though that's not my intention is really to see if I have something that may help them. They don't feel that right away because they have so many people from so many different companies that aren't they're not doing it the way that necessarily, or they're, you know, in it for network marketing. They're in it for the sale. As a Beachbody coach, and I'm not trying to put down any other business, but I truly believe that we have the best interest in mind, because we're going after something more than just, you know, the way that you look, the way that, you know, you smell or something like that. It's about the way that you make them feel both inside and outside. It's about their health. It's about the longevity of their life. It's about so much more than just, you know, a year's worth of a program or a month's worth of a shake. It's about something deeper. And I truly believe that with every client I have, I want them to feel that way, regardless if they're with me for a month or 10 years. I want them to feel that way. So give the National Wake Up Call a listen. Again, if you don't know how, if you go in the back office, they have the playback number in there. A great tool for you, for anyone who commutes to work, is podcasts and Audible. Audible does cost money every month. Podcast is absolutely free, but, you know, I can give you some great personal development gurus and mentors that I get so much information from. And National Wake Up Call is a podcast. So Team Beachbody Podcast has the National Wake Up Call playback every single week. And I highly suggest that you take advantage of that, because it's going to give you information. It's going to give you up to date, you know, all the things that we have coming up, all the events that are coming up that I highly, you know, I always encourage my coaches to go to these events, because where else are we going to see people? You know, I know a lot of us have full-time jobs. A lot of you have friends and family, but people that are in this business, they're like-minded. Most of us are like-minded people, and there's this energy when we get together. And, you know, for my new coaches, you got to get to an event. You know, we have Super Saturdays, which are usually in your area. Allison, I know, you know, you're brand new coming into this, but don't worry. Like, there's the next Super Saturday, me, you, Stacy, because we're all in the same area. We're going to get there together. And Stacy can definitely attest, like, that was her first live event. And being in a room with people of that energy and people who just get it, you know, like, they have that change, where their stories are so just crazy inspiring, and they got it. They have that shift in their mentality. And it's really cool to be around those people. Summit, Marissa, like, when she went, we had these, like, aha moments that were just incredible. And it really showed us what our lives would be like. And even, you know, this past year, so I didn't get to go to Summit in 2016 because I was moving across the country and I made excuses. I should have, you know, made a choice to be there, but I let my excuses get in the way. I didn't get there. Okay. So my whole year was kind of like, I was like pulling a brick building behind me. Like, it sucked because I felt like I was so behind. I had no energy. I was working online 24/7, and I didn't have anybody to really talk to about it except, you know, on the computer. And that, although, like, the relationships and stuff, and because I'm an introvert, I like, you know, not having to see people every single day. It sucks not having, like, any of my girlfriends there to kind of, like, talk to and support. And say what you will, but, like, there's no friend like a friend you will make in this business, because they're just so loving and so caring, and they just love on you 24/7. They're all about developing yourself as a person, and they're going to push you to be better every single time that they see you. They're going to push you, and they're going to ask you what you're doing to better your life every time they see you. And that's what I love, because a lot of times I need that kick in the ass. So live events, they're great. The next Super Saturday event we're going to get to, I think that's the next live event. And then if you're ever interested in instructing, I'm only bringing this up because Stacy and I are actually going to do the next PIO instructing seminar that starts on, I think it's September, I forgot what day that was. I'll double check, but Allison, if you're in that area, it is in Manhattan. So if you're interested in getting certified for PIO, I know you really loved it. And I know they're always looking for instructors in the city. And I know you can get a lot of great contacts if you go to an instruction seminar. It's about $279 for the certification for the entire program. You learn all the new moves, you get all of the new information, like that they're, you know, all that stuff, and you get to learn how to instruct your own classes. And I know Allison was, she taught ballet for a long time. So this may, you know, if you're interested in that kind of thing still in teaching, you were a great teacher when I used to take classes from you. So I definitely, you know, think it's something you should look into. I think it's something you'd really enjoy. And it gets us out there again. It just gets us in with other people and having that energy. And that's something that my coach, Lindsay, has been really pushing on me lately, is that I just need to get myself out there. I need to allow myself to be influenced by other strong women, and I need to get out there and start making friendships with people who really matter in my life. And I think that's something that I want to bring over to my team as well is, you know, regardless if you have one friend or 50 friends, make sure those people are people that are constantly improving your life and constantly making you a better person. I know for so long I surrounded myself with people who, I don't want to say like infected me, but they really did. They made me not rise up to my best self. They accepted me, which is great, but they also kind of just like wanted me at their level. And I wasn't there, and I knew deep in my gut that that wasn't where I was meant to be, but I was surrounding myself with these people, and I refused to like up the ante a little bit, you know, and I just kind of settled in one spot. And I realized that those aren't the kind of people I want in my life. So yes, I've lost some friends recently, and although I still have so much love for them, it's like you gotta rise up to the occasion. And that's why I love all of you so much, is that every time I talk to you, you have this motivation, you have this fire in your belly, and you just know that you want to help people, and you want to learn, and you just want to grow as a person in your relationships, in your current friendships with your families. And I just really respect and honor all of you. So I just want you to know that. For those girls who are in Diamonds in the Rough, our call tonight is at 8 o'clock Central, so 9 o'clock Eastern time, if you're in Eastern time. And I am looking forward to seeing you there. The last week's call was really, really great. It pushed me again. It was like big eye opener, but it was really, really good for me. I think that's it for this week, ladies. These team calls are, like I said, you know, for you to hop on, ask any questions that you may have. You can do that throughout the week too. It doesn't just have to be, you know, I know Monday nights are busy. Mondays are busy for everyone. So if you're able to get on, I truly appreciate it. But if not, definitely listen to the recording. And if you have any questions from this video, or you'd like any further information, please feel free to comment on the team page. So, all right, have a wonderful Monday night, ladies. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.